Hello, hello, my beautiful Leo Lionheart creators. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. This is your May monthly predictions reading. Blazer the Morkie is in the other room, but I am Stephanie and I am here to bring this beautiful Celtic cross spread reading to you. We're going to start off with your overall energy, get into the different placements that I love to look into for the monthlies. Then we'll close it off with a special message for the Leo collective. Be sure that you remember these are general readings and predictions are always potential energy, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. Be sure to stick around to the end where I will go over the ways that you can be more involved in the creators community and all of the wonderful free content that we have here on the channel. Okay, let's get going, Leo, with your overall energy. Oh, a quick happy birthday to Taurus. Happy birthday to all of our Taurus brothers and sisters. We are celebrating them this month. All right, but on to Leo energy. Letting Leo take the stage here. What do we got for May? Ooh, Leo. You're being asked to do things differently. It's time to do things differently and go beyond what you have done before, and you get master number 22. Look at that beautiful nebula. And it really reminds me of your fire energy, your fiery energy there. I forget what nebula this is, but it almost looks like a dragon face is coming out there. Could be called the Dragon Nebula for all I know. Somebody might know. Comment if you know what that nebula is. But you're being invited to do things a little differently, and let's see why that is here, Leo. In your current energies, you're showing me the closing of a cycle. This is good. This goes along with perhaps stepping into different things and bringing to a closing some of the maybe outdated or stale energies in your life. Leo doesn't like to be bored. Leo likes motion and drama and movement and flair. And that's what I'm getting with this. Maybe there's a little bit of stuck energy there because you are challenged with the Magician here. You're recognizing that you're closing a cycle, but the newer energies haven't quite manifested yet. And so you're still kind of waiting for something to come in for you or come through for you. That's what I get for some of you. Now, in your needed focus, there's something stressing you out. You got the 9 of Swords here. Something's keeping you up at night. Something's bothering you. Go beyond what you have done before. There may be some boundaries that are in need of being set. There may be some shadow work for you to do. There may be some healing. Let's see if we can't get a little bit better confirmation on this when we clarify. In your past, you're showing me the 6 of Swords. You're showing me that something has taken place where maybe you ventured off alone. This could represent you leaving a relationship, leaving a job, leaving something that maybe was conflicting for you for quite some time. And the 6 of Swords is about you getting to calmer energies and a calmer state of being in your life. In the future position, you may have a little bit of work to do to figure out your next step. You've got the 5 of Pentacles here. It's a bit of a depressed energy, a bit of I don't know if I could do this kind of energy, a bit of exhaustion. That could also, being a minor arcana card, just represent a little Leo tantrum, you know, like a little lion tantrum. And you just need to get something off your chest and then it feels better. We'll know when we clarify. In your place of embodied empowerment, you have the 2 of Pentacles. There's definitely some things that you are showing me that you're juggling, but I also feel like you are in a really good swing, a really good momentum with these energies. With this being your place of embodied empowerment, it's giving me those orangey, reddish, peachy colors. There's definitely something you're really working on grounding in as you take your new steps forward. And that could indicate that you're moving things into place to help you exceed your own expectations and exceed what you've done before. In the position of support and allies, you have the 2 of Swords. a questioning, maybe a blind spot, maybe a confusion. However, since this is coming up in support and allies, that tells me that this is an aligned part of your journey at this time. There's something you're not going to see until it's the divine timing for you to see it. And this is supportive energy right now. Perhaps with the things that are stressing you out currently, and the universe saying, hey, I want you to focus on unwinding this stress, and then that will help clear this. This is how you're being best supported right now. The good news is mostly what I'm seeing here in the positions that concern me are minor arcana energies, so I think you're going to flow through them pretty well in the month of May. In your environment, you have the Temperance card. So there it is, being patient with the way things are going, the way things are working out. And I think it's that fine line for you between boredom and being patient and allowing the universe to bring in the necessary energies for you to be in more alignment. Okay, speaking of alignment, I felt like my light sources weren't quite lined up, so I got those fixed up for us. Moving on to your hopes and fears, you have the Three of Swords. You're a little bit afraid of getting hurt again. Some of you may be stepping out and testing the waters, testing new relationships, seeing what the temperature feels like. There's definitely still pain you're processing. So as long as you're aware of that and you proceed accordingly and you move in alignment with understanding that maybe you're still healing your heart. Some of you are still healing your heart with a certain matter. That's going to be extremely helpful. And then we've got some good news coming up in the potential energies. By the end of the month, you're in the Knight of Wands. Much more aligned with who you are, how you express. This is upbeat, this is performance, this is stage, this is joy, this is fun, this is wild and free, and you're having a good time. So I really like that even through maybe some struggles and shifting of gears here and learning how to do things differently, that you're going to come to a place that's more naturally you and more aligned with your beautiful fiery energies. Okay. Interesting, Leo. Let's clarify this World card in your current energies here. And oh my, the cards just feel so interesting here. Yeah, I think some of you may have experienced an end to a partnership with the Two of Cups coming up here and also the Six of Swords, which is also showing up in your past. I think some of you are still processing that ending. You're still moving through that final cycle and clearing out the energies as you go. If you imagine being on a boat out in the ocean and just being with your thoughts, being with yourself, being with your emotions as they clear, that's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. And it's also the kind of energy, Leo, where if you're real with yourself, it may be a little tougher to see all your manifestations come to light or to even do the level of manifestation that you're trying to reach. So let's see how this Magician might be challenging your energies here. Anytime we have a breakup or a shift in a partnership or a job, there's definitely partnership energy and there's definitely an end to it. And there's definitely a moving on to a calmer, more aligned energy and situation. But anytime we have that kind of thing going on, it can be a little tricky to do the normal level of manifesting we would do because we're clearing energies at the same time. And we want to make sure to separate the former energies from the new. So you're in a bit of an energetic dance here with your own cycles, which is, it's beautiful. Now coming in for the Magician is the Sun. I feel like that's your energy. You're ruled by the Sun and the Ace of Swords. Right now, what I would like to see you do is really jot down talk to ChatGPT, journal about the thoughts that are coming to you. You may not yet be in a super duper active manifestation mode, but with the Sun and the Magician coming up right now together in your challenge position, that tells me that that's what you're going for. And I think that may be going beyond what you've done before. So some of these ideas that are coming to you, you may, even for you, Leo, because you've got that big heart, you've got the big goals, the big dreams, even for you, what's being inspired by your inner muse may be a little bit overwhelming, and you're like, what? I'm supposed to do what? Or I'm leveling up relationships how? Or this new person has crossed my path and it's interesting because they're different, right? And so you're kind of juggling all this, and I think it's a great time for you to just journal, jot it down. You're sorting through a lot of energies, and when you write or speak things out in whatever way works for you, I think it's going to help you sort through everything, because you're definitely moving here, and there's definitely a lot of different energies going on. I feel like it's so cute with you Leos, because I feel like any other sign here would be totally overwhelmed with that. But with your big energy, I don't think you are overwhelmed. You may get tired at times, you may get frustrated at times, you may growl a little at times, but I see this being pretty easy for you to move through compared to how it might reflect for a different sign. So use those powerful Leo energies to help you move through this. All right, what's stressing you out here? This universe wants to focus on something here that's stressing you out. They're giving me an indication of something that may be out of alignment. Some of you may be dealing with a legal matter or a financial legal matter of some sort with the Justice card coming in here. And we've also got the Strength card, which I also see as a Leo card. The Sun and the Strength card remind me of Leo. There's maybe some thoughts that the universe is saying, hey, Leo, you need to tame these thoughts, these stressful thoughts. Some of you, though I don't see this in your energy as much, but I think some of you might be overthinking. Maybe some of you have a bit of Virgo energy. Maybe some of you are cuspers, Leo, Virgo cuspers. And so you're slipping a little bit too much, a little bit uncharacteristic of Leo into the stressful mental energies. Now, some of you have a reason for that with that Justice card. Like I said, there could be a legal situation. Maybe you're waiting on money to come through. Maybe you had to sue somebody for copyright infringement. I'm not sure what exactly that is that needs to be set straight. But the universe is showing up with these two major arcana cards, one of them representing you, and asking you to really be present with your greater power and don't get caught up with the lesser circumstances of this situation. Whew, and I feel like I need to take deep breaths after each point I make. Maybe some of you need a chance just to breathe, just to be with yourself and maybe do some breath work. In the past, for the Six of Swords, we have the Queen of Cups, and there's that Nine of Swords again in your needed focus. For some of you, this is an overlapping energy. Like I said, you're still moving through the ending of a portal, and there may still be some stressful elements that are still needing to be balanced out. Your heart was definitely involved in whatever you've left behind. Again, it could be a job. Some of you may have children going through certain rites of passage, people around you that are moving, something like that. Some of you may have made a move, and some of the stress could come from buying a home, selling a home, renting a home, finding a place, all that kind of stressful energy that can come up when we're just making a big change. But you're doing this for a reason. You're not just doing it to stress yourself out. There's more indicating here that you are trying to slingshot yourself. You're trying to slingshot yourself into a new energy. And That Temperance card coming up in your environment points to that as well. You're kind of adapting to a little bit of Sagittarius energy. And I don't really feel like that's a person. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but I get more of a sense of like envisioning goals and aiming for the moon, you know, or the stars or beyond, right? And this is big. This is big news. This is big goals. This is big energy, but you're Leo and you have a big heart to hold the capacity of this. All right. Let's clarify this Five of Pentacles, Leo, in your future position. Leo, I got really choked up when I pulled these cards for you. I had to pause for a moment. So this Five of Pentacles, we got the Empress and again, the Knight of Wands. There it is in your potential outcome. I really love the energies that you're putting toward this more depressed energy or feeling down or feeling pouty or feeling frustrated. You're turning it into an opportunity to receive. Maybe it's receiving new information. Maybe it's receiving some inspiration about something. Maybe it's a bit of fuel to help the rocket that you're launching go even farther than before. And so in the month of May, you want to be looking for that. I feel like some of you are going to go through this time where you're feeling kind of down, you're feeling kind of pouty, you're kind of depressed. You know, I want to go, you know, like this doesn't feel good. And then all of a sudden there's a synchronicity or a confirmation and something happens that aligns you with just this beautiful receptive energy. I don't know if you're going to get a message. Maybe the legal matter will be resolved. Maybe somebody random says something to you and it brings you right back to yourself and who you are. Maybe you just get a compliment from a random stranger and it kind of pulls you out of this. I really like that. It's always very joyful when that happens, where you're just kind of having a day and then something so pleasurable and joyful around you comes into your zone and you're like, well, now I can't help but smile. I was feeling really down. I was feeling really grouchy, but now I'm smiling. And it's hard not to receive that energy when it pops into your field. Let's look at this Two of Pentacles in your place of embodied empowerment. You have the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Swords. No one is ever going to steal your peace again, Leo. No one's ever going to sneak away having stolen your beautiful fiery energy. This is the decision. This is the anchor that you're locking into place with this Two of Pentacles. You are no longer going to move in this world in the same way. And for the month of May, anybody that wants to show up in this Seven of Swords energy here, trying to sneak away and grab your wand, trying to steal your wand, trying to steal your peace, trying to take your idea. Earlier, I did get that little feeling of like a copyright infringement or a copycat or somebody just trying to like take your idea and maybe steal it, make it theirs. It's kind of weird. I've seen people do that in the workspace. So if you are in a corporate environment of some sort or a company and you do have that little bit of something in you that says, I don't know if I can trust this, it doesn't feel quite right, you probably can't. So do be aware of that. You're showing up in a very empowered position here with that though, whereas I do not think it's going to sneak by you. I think you're going to see it coming and put a stop to it, and you're holding on to that wand saying, no way, no way. Interesting, because I feel like there's these little subtle energies that I feel like you'll be experiencing in May. Boy, it's like they're trying to sneak up on you from the flanks, but there you are like staring them down, you know? Like it's like the male lion, just all of a sudden they turn the corner and you're right there in their face like, I gotcha, I gotcha. And that can be both good and bad synchronicities, you know, or how you would describe it maybe. But annoying energies trying to steal your peace or steal your fire, you know, keep you small. That's not happening. Not happening. Not this time. For the Two of Swords in your support and allies, you get the Emperor and the Ten of Swords. So remember, I thought when you're clearing out some of this stress and things are balancing out, I really like this because the Nine of Swords is what you had in your needed focus, and in your support and allies, you have the Ten of Swords here. That means that the stress is going to be laid to rest, and the Emperor coming in here is a much stronger fiery energy. I will say the Emperor also is number 4, whereas the Empress is 3. So you do have a power couple here. I don't sense this is in partnership. It could be for some of you a power couple kind of moment, but I think this is the coupling up of your own energies and those coming through for you. For the majority of you, I believe that's what this is. And in your support and allies, something's going to stabilize here. So if you are waiting on that ruling of justice, something that you're owed that's meant to come through, it's looking pretty good for that. Let's look at this Temperance card. Ooh, I just feel so exhausted doing your reading. Your energy is so big to hold. I love it. I have Venus in Leo, so I get it. But man, you know, it comes on strong and big. And then sometimes afterwards, you're like, oh, I need to take a nap. I need to take a nap. I feel like a lion yawning, you know? For that Temperance card in your environment, that Sagittarius energy, you got the 10 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. This going beyond what you've done before, Leo, is all about doing it in a way that is going to establish long-term stability for you. And that's the only way that this is going to be done. So you're arranging things in your life. Like some of you, it's a new place that you're living. You've moved. For some of you, it's getting your workplace organized or in good shape. For others of you, it's adopting more of a trust in the universe to really come through and pull through for you without you having to control it. The King of Pentacles allows the abundance of the material world to come to him as he sits in his throne. He's not one to go out and get it. You are one to kind of go for things sometimes, but I think in your environment right now, you may want to allow for things to come to you because you're sorting through these energies of closing out this cycle. Let's look at this Three of Swords. This Three of Swords comes in and I'm just like, ooh, this is something painful or a painful kind of fear. Yes, for the Three of Swords here, you get the Five of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. I think this is a latent underlying subconscious fear. As you move into this new cycle and you set your goals higher, it's going to cause conflict with someone else in your life. And I have to say, who cares? Because the right people are going to come in and support you. It could be because this person's close to you. It could be they're connected to the person that you moved away from. Some of you have lost a friendship that maybe you enjoyed because they are connected to the ex or that person. And so there's that conflict there. There is conflict there. However, there's also new, more collaborative, more cooperative energies coming in. Also with a sense of mentorship and assistance. Some of you, if you're really struggling with such a fear and the pain body or the sadness from having left others behind in a conflict that you've been in, you might just need to talk to someone about it. Maybe you just need to get it off your chest a little bit because it kind of feels like it could be connected to the stressful energy here. Feels like maybe a third party was impacted by something you went through and maybe you're feeling a little bit of guilt, even though I don't see you at fault for it, right? Not 100%. Maybe some of your actions played into it, but there's other factors, if that makes sense. It's more complicated than just that, but nonetheless, because of your big heart, you may feel a little guilty with that. Now, in the potential outcome where you have the Knight of Wands, this is you vibing and getting back into your energy. You got the Seven of Pentacles and the Hierophant. You're really going to nurture your own authority as you move forward into doing things differently. Maybe some of you feel like what you've been through is going to put you in a position that is much larger, that has more potential. It feels like Jupiter energy to me, and Jupiter is a very expansive planet. You may want to check your Jupiter transits and what sign it's passing through here. It really feels like you're nurturing the ability to step into something much bolder, much brighter, that's more aligned, honestly, with your natural energy. I like that. I feel like I'm seeing stability come in for you. I'm seeing inner authority come up for you. I'm seeing your ability to sit back and receive and rest when it's important, and really work through some of these lesser, more passive energies that just need to be processed. Leo, let's get you a card from the Angel Dreams Oracle to close off your reading today. Cool reading, and good work to those of you who are going through these different factors. You're really showing up. Yeah, here it is, Leo. This is the perfect card to close off your reading. Red, passion and survival. In your place of embodied empowerment. This very red Two of Pentacles. This is about you reconnecting in with your own life from the perspective of tribe, from the perspective of collaboration, new people wanting to come in and support. The Emperor in most decks has very red tones to him as well. So this red color and red energy for the month of May, that root chakra energy, that very basal energy that connects us in with the world is really going to help you anchor. There's this anchoring feeling of what you're trying to do, and it's like an anchoring down so then you can like expand beyond. But you're going to do so from your position and place here on this earth. So Leo, I want to tell you a little bit more how you can get involved in the creators community. First of all, be sure to like and comment if you enjoyed this and are resonating. Be sure to bring a friend along. I would love to see new people here joining the community who are of like heart and like mind. Read the description below. It has all sorts of good stuff in it. Not only a little summary of the reading that you may want to journal about, but links to connect with me further and on social media, etc. So check out that description. It's chocked full of information for you. Be sure to come to my lives if you're available every Friday from 10 a.m. till about noon Central Standard Time. I'm live with Frequency Friday. It's going to be a great time. It's a community hangout. It's pretty chill. I'm testing YouTube's co-stream feature for the next few weeks. So if anybody wants to come on face-to-face and talk a little bit, we can test that. Maybe I'll pull a few cards for you or something like that. It's a lot of fun. Every other Sunday night, 7 to 8 p.m. Central, I have live Q&A on my channel. The next one is May 4th. May the 4th be with you for the Star Wars fans out there. I would love to have you join me for that one. The community is growing, expanding there. It's a lovely community, very supportive, very interactive. It's a power hour. You come on and ask a question and get a mini reading for free. It's an upbeat, high vibe time, and I would love to help bring clarity to your life through that. Okay, Leo, thank you so much for joining this May monthly reading, and I will see you next time.